we knew was somebody had found a person down. Al came in. He was unconscious on full life support.
I was in shock. Literally, I fell out of my chair. I'm at Regent's Hospital. I was in a coma.
I was going back to my office in downtown St. Paul. And after I parked my car, I went down to the sidewalk, and that's where I collapsed. Some teachers at the school down the block came, and they said they saw me, and they came and did CPR on me and called 911.
He'd had a cardiac arrest outside of the hospital, and I know the grim statistics to survival for a cardiac arrest outside the hospital.
At that point, we had some decisions to make. It wasn't clear what exactly his diagnosis was. Then we found out about his history, that he had the apical hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, and then we had a pretty good idea of what may have transpired.
And that just means that my heart is enlarged.
It's a fairly common condition. About 1 in 500 people in the United States has it. Most people with this condition don't have the dramatic presentation that Al had on that day.
They brought me back to the emergency room, so my brother was there, and he just came running up to me and grabbed me and hugged me, and we both just started crying and just couldn't believe what was happening.
At that moment, we knew that they'd been successful in resuscitating him, and the defibrillation had restored a heart rate and a pulse that would sustain life. The next big question was, what would be the injury to the brain? We decided that we would limit brain injury by using what's known as hypothermic cooling. The hypothermia protocol is an exciting development and maybe one of the biggest things that's changed in resuscitation over the last 5 to 10 years. What was done in the critical care unit was that a catheter, a small tube, was inserted in an area down in the leg into a vein and inserted up into the body, and cool water flows into that catheter. That cool water then cools the blood flowing by down to 32 to 34 degrees and hold it there consistently for 24 hours. It's thought that that starts to interrupt the process of brain death that can happen, and the cell injury is interrupted or slowed to allow it the maximal chance to heal.
And then after the hypothermia protocol was wearing off and he started waking up, we were getting some early promising signs.
So Al, from that point, had a very good recovery, and we were able to discharge him with an implantable cardioverter defibrillator to prevent another event like this happening. So we were thrilled with how Al did during this whole course.
First and foremost, I'm thankful that the people that were nearby knew CPR and did CPR, because without them I would certainly not be alive.
And the AHA has done a great job of educating and devising a simple protocol that can add direction in that time of chaos and for those critical events to happen at a time when they need to happen so that somebody can survive and live a full life.
They saved my husband, my family, my whole life. If they hadn't been there, hadn't done that, I can't imagine what would have happened, what our life would be like today. So I'm so thankful for their bravery and their compassion. You know, it's not just Al's life, but it's mine and my kids and, you know, our whole family.
Not a day goes by that I don't think about this, what happened. I mean, I know that this sounds kind of cliche, but I just don't take anything for granted. I mean, every day is a gift, and my family means everything to me, and every day when I get up and I realize that I'm alive, I'm blessed. I am most thankful for my beautiful wife, my kids, and my family. Simple as that.